Hello, everyone. Happy Wednesday. My name is Caroline Passmore. I am the founder and profit strategist of CRP Specialists, Inc. CRP Specialists is an advisory firm that specializes in the skilled construction trades that use a field service application, such as Service Titan, House Call Pro, Jobber, and many, many of the others. Now, today I want to talk about that feeling of being behind despite the fact that your revenue is increased. So, today we're talking about something that really confuses a lot of business owners. Revenues go up, but the pressure in the business goes up as well. You're busier, the schedule's full, jobs are moving, but somehow that bank account still feels tight and the stress level is higher than it was even before. Now, if that sounds familiar, you're definitely not alone. I see it all the time with the skilled construction trades using a field service application. So growth is happening, but the financial side of the business that hasn't quite caught up to your growth. So today we're going to go through why that actually happens and what you can do to start looking at every week so that the business feels more under control. Now, first, why higher sales can actually reduce cash. This is the part that surprises people the most. More revenue does not automatically mean more cash. When work increases, your costs increase first. You're buying more materials, you're paying more payroll, and you may be bringing on subcontractors. Your trucks are moving more, which in turn means more repairs. All of those expenses show up immediately, more repairs and more gas, I should say. But the payment for the job does often come after you've already done it. So even though the profit and loss statement might show strong revenue, the bank account is dealing with the timing gap between when money goes out and when the money comes in. And that gap is where the stress starts. Now, a lot of contractors think the issue is pricing or profitability when the real issue is just timing. If invoices are sitting open for 2 weeks, 3 weeks, or longer, your cash flow starts drifting away from your revenue. The money technically exists, it's just not yet in the bank. And that really creates a lot of uncertainty. You're looking at the schedule thinking, gosh, we have plenty of work, but you're also watching the bank account, wondering where where the breathing room went. So that's why receivables matter so very much. Your field service application should allow you to invoice immediately when the job closes. The longer invoices sit uncollected, the more pressure the business carries. So one of the biggest mistakes I see is reviewing financials only once a month. By the time the month closes, the problems have already grown. So instead, there's a few number of things that should be looked at every week. First, your open accounts receivable. How much is outstanding and how old is it? Second, your cash balance compared to upcoming obligations like payroll and vendor payments. Then third, your job margins. If materials or labor are creeping up higher than you expected, then you're going to want to catch that early. Your field service application and QuickBooks already contain all of this information. The key is reviewing it consistently so nothing drifts too far from before you're noticing it. Now, when revenue grows faster than your systems, it can feel like the business is running you instead of the other way around. You're working harder, the team is busy, but the financial side still feels a bit foggy. Now, that doesn't mean that the business is failing by any means. It usually means the business is growing faster than the financial visibility is around it. And once you start paying attention to timing, receivables, and those weekly numbers, the picture becomes a bit clearer. Now, if you have ever said we are busier than ever, so why does it still feel like we're behind? The answer is usually not effort, it's visibility. When the numbers become easier to see and easier to understand, the business stops feeling like a constant scramble. And that's when growth actually starts to feel like progress instead of pressure. I hope it's helpful. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out by Messenger. I'm happy to help answer any questions that you may have. And before I go, I want to take just a minute to share that we're going to be launching our new Circle community from chaos to clarity. I know you've been hearing this from me for weeks, but we are looking at a launch by the end of March. So as we seem to run into a few delays, but we're going to get through them and we're going to get it all worked out. Now, as most of you already know, we hoped that it would be ready the first of the year, but it just didn't happen. I will keep you updated in my weekly lives because our community will be where we will be sharing these lives, and we'll also be giving more detailed information than what you're receiving right here. It will be an amazing community for both my current and future clients, as well as any other skilled trade construction business owners who simply want to learn more tips and tricks to help them understand their books. So watch for those announcements, hopefully coming by the end of March. We appreciate you watching, and I hope you all have a truly amazing day.